You are watching the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series, presented by Law Murray, Power Rankings Project Ringmaster at The Athletic. This is where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the Detroit Pistons. This team was the worst in basketball just 2 years ago. The turnaround went from 68 losses in 2024 to 60 wins in 2026, the first 60-win season for the franchise in 20 years. Cade Cunningham became a first-team All-NBA selection, with center Jalen Duren becoming a first-team All-Star and third-team All-NBA selection as well. The top-seeded Pistons ran into trouble in the playoffs, though. They beat the Magic in Game 7 after trailing 3-1. But Detroit blew a 2-0 lead in the East semifinals against the Cavaliers, getting blown out at home in Game 7 and missing out on a chance to host a Knicks team that they blew out 3 times during the regular season. The epitome game for Detroit came versus the Warriors in March. This game was previously featured for the Warriors' bad pass-heavy offense, but there was enough here to display Detroit's second-ranked defense as well, even on 0 days rest and with Cunningham out due to a collapsed lung. Detroit is playing an offense that doesn't have anyone who's a real threat off the dribble. And so when you play a team like that, you're wary of the excessive passing. Karis LeVert gets his hand in there, and it's a steal. And Ron Holland, the second, fast break, points off turnovers after this goaltend by Omer Yurtseven. Paul Reed is guarding Chris S. Porzingis, top of the arc. Porzingis tries to flip this pass back to Guy Santos. Instead, Reed gets his hand in there, gets a steal, fast break, points off turnovers. The dunk, points in the paint. That was one of 9 steals that the Pistons had in the first half of this game. Asar Thompson, point of attack defense. He's guarding LJ Cryer. And as Omer Yurtseven sets his screen, that's an opportunity for Asar Thompson to reach in there, get a steal, fast break opportunity, points off of turnovers, points in the paint. Asar Thompson, and all defensive selection, not just for plays like this, but for games like this. In the fourth quarter, D'Anthony Melton, he's going to try and keep Asar Thompson on his hip as he drives baseline. Instead, Thompson reaches in. That's his 7th steal of the game. Karis LeVert, fast break, points off turnovers, points in the paint. Detroit won this game 115 to 101, improving their record to 51-19. That's the mark of a contender. 16 of the 26 turnovers Detroit forced were steals, and the Pistons were the only team in the league to average more than 10 steals per game. The Pistons have the biggest restricted free agent this offseason in Duren, who the team did not reach a rookie scale extension with prior to the start of last season. Duren exceeded expectations in the regular season, then fell far below them in the postseason. Detroit also traded backup center Isaiah Stewart while replacing the departed Tobias Harris with power forward John Collins. Resolving Duren's contract is the priority, but even with Duren's return, the Pistons will need to find a way to take ball handling pressure off of Cunningham to truly contend. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series, featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers.